Today is another day. Of course, I've done 2 videos, but I feel I still need to push more, especially because on Saturday we are having a burial ceremony that will really engage me, of course, starting tomorrow. And therefore, I have to keep pushing. And Nyabohanse is one village. If you dare delay, tomorrow there'll be 6 aspects to talk about, guys. And as reactors, we have to keep the fire burning. Hey, so I did one video during the day, of course, questioning this aspect of arrests in Nyabohanse, and I was like, Murimi, shame on you. You decided to be a drunkard, and therefore when you're a drunkard, sometimes, especially a poor drunkard, you don't have space. Hey. So Murimi has become the village idiot in one way or the other. Why? David Jr. has actually decided to humiliate him front and back. And of course, Murimi is being humiliated in a manner that he is able to kneel for David Jr. and seek forgiveness even when his ego has been pricked. Guys, I always advise brothers and sisters, taking some little wine is not a problem. But when you take too much so that you lose yourself, you are in trouble. You are in trouble, brother or sister. Don't salute so much to the drink in a manner that you'll forget about yourself. All right? Naona maswali. All right, guys. Humiliation is real. Humiliation. Hey, humiliation is real. I don't want to laugh, but sometimes, what do? I watched this video where David Jr. had threatened Murimi. Murimi came to the construction site of Grandma. And because these people own constructions when they are doing it, people have to mind their business. They have to learn that. It's simple. Just learn to put your foot where it's needed. If your foot is not needed in a place, keep off, or else, my friend, you will be humiliated. Money speaks in Kenya, as I said earlier. Now here, of course, Murimi is being humiliated a lot. Somebody is calling and I didn't want to receive a call. Let me decline. I'll call her later. Guys, hey, you cannot beat your chest when you don't have money, especially in Kenya. In Kenya, people can frustrate you. If they realize that your pocket is empty, then you have to tame yourself. You have to learn to put your foot where expected. Now, I was looking at Murimi telling David Jr., just forgive me, I'll not repeat this. I'll not ever disturb you. Forgive me, I'll never ask for anything. I'm like, oh, Murimi, wait a bit. Why are you not beating your chest and coming with your motorbike, standing by where David Jr. is, reminding him that he's trying... Hello. My sister is insisting to call because they are supposed to come where I am tomorrow for the funeral, but I'm trying to make her understand that I'll call her later. I hope she has got it. All right, guys. So the reality in life is that life has no balance. Life has no balance. Life has no balance. As far as we are blaming David Jr. actually intimidating and finally putting his words on Murimi. Murimi has just become too much. You can't do much. He will only threaten because he knows he has been surviving because of David Jr. In fact, I doubt whether he can do anything to David Jr. The way people are saying Murimi is not like Matiko, he can do something bad to David. Yeah, there is a possibility, but I also believe David Jr. has put the parents of Murimi in his pocket at some point, because in this village, as long as you are poor, You become desperate and rely on other people who are better. And I'm seeing that trend here. It happens that when you look at the parents of Murimi, they are standing with David Jr. from a distance because no one likes poor life. No one likes a life that is not good. And they know if possibly they are bending low, somehow, they will gain something Junior. Of course, that is the trend. No wonder. You know, I was asking myself, why is it that David Jr. always goes to one home after another, collects a group of people when he's coming to take a video in a certain home? But I've done 1+1, and my analysis leads me to understand that whatever he does is purposeful. It is strategic, guys, if you understand me. David Jr. has been doing this because he wants to make sure that people understand he's a big fish. Hey, he is a big fish in Nyabohanse. And that is what message is trying to send. Now ask me why, for example, roads are supposed to be done. And David Jr. knows that. Then he goes to pay somebody who is above Max so that they do the road since Max is trying to sabotage him. Tell me, if that is not a message to remind Max that he is the big fish in Nyabohanse, that even if he does not mind his business, he may lose that AP job. That is the reality. It is the reality, guys. If you try to block someone and they use money to get there, they are trying to prove a point to you. And not just to you, but to the rest of the people. Because people who watch David Jr. now will be aware that he is a big fish. He has influence. So he's trying to send a message to the Nyabohanse community that he has influence, and because of his money, nobody can touch him. And he can do what he wants. Because I cannot be ready to pay for a road when that road is in the middle of a town. I can't. I'll simply go and demand service from those people who are supposed to take care. But then it came out that David was fighting with Max because he had paid the person on top of Max to build the road. Then Max comes and tries to block. Hey, wahala. I don't know why Nyabohanse looks like this. You know, I look at them and sometimes I just find them confused, totally confused. Now look at David Jr. at the side of Grandma. Murimi carries his foot, kacha, to the place with his motorbike. I don't know even whoever bought him fuel. From David Jr.'s statement, we have seen this guy selling all the 3 goats in a span of one month. Hey, Halima, you are a woman indeed. You are a real woman. Staying with such a person who is so wasteful. You know, I'm just trying to think. Do we really blame Halima for going away? How many people want to stay with such individuals, whether it's a wife or husband? Would you want to stay with someone who is so wasteful? They don't have a mind of progress at all, even whether they went to school or not. You know, Murimi, in one of the videos, he was telling David Jr., you know, I went to school, I got a B. In Kenya, it's not about going to school and getting a B. It's about what do you have currently. I'm telling you. When you go to stand somewhere, people look at what you have, what you are wearing, your hairstyle, and such things. They will not look at your English or your education or your degrees. They don't. For those of you who have read Fathers of Nation, do you know that professors in the universities were being humiliated, whereas simple people who have gone into people who have gone for political positions were being really respected with offices? And when the professor tried to fight with the MP Walomu, he was imprisoned for jailed for 6 good months. So he came out dejected, pulling his foot one after the other in a woto situation. Hey, my goodness, if you don't have money, don't raise your mouth in Kenya. Maybe in other places people can. You can tell me, you brothers and sisters. But the reality is, this is why Nyabohanse people are suffering. Because there is imbalance of resources. There are those who have money, the haves, and we have those who are struggling, the have-nots like Murimi, Matiko, and the rest of them. So they have to worship in one way or the other. In fact, I saw somebody having made a video saying that Brian's grandma is standing with Marwa. And I was like, what did you expect? Did you expect that this lady will turn against Marwa? Maybe later, when she's tired with this kind of life of intimidation and imprisonment. But currently, you cannot say anything before her. Look at Daniel, for example. Daniel the other day began to say, JT, you are not my brother. And I was like, hey, wait a bit, Daniel. Did JT say he's your brother? Did he? Or did you listen to his reaction and he was saying something about you being a brother? All of us are brothers and sisters in one way or the other. But what I know in Kenya, even your own sister will denounce you because of money. If someone else buys them, they will denounce you. Now look at Daniel. Daniel knows that he is targeting a house. And of course, the construction has started at his end. In fact, today they might have poured more material because yesterday it was tipper and he was like, yeah, the tippers have arrived and he could count money and give. Hey, boss. The young boss in the house in Nyabohanse. The youngest of them all. So, does someone expect that Daniel will actually stand or say anything, whether it is wrong or whatever from Marwa's side? He cannot. So guys, let us not expect that grandma will say anything about Marwa. Never. Even if there is a wrong, he will not say it. Why? He has been moved from ash to something. From zero to a heroine. Meanwhile, guys, let's look at this warning that David Jr. is showing us here. What is this?
Tell me, he's trying to tell me he's lying on camera. I am cheating. Anasema uongo. Uongo. Utapanga leo. Mimi na wewe. Hapa haya mtu. Mimi nauliza, leo utapanga makaa?
Commercial break. Commercial break.
Talk. Soma kwa Kiswahili alafu nitasema. Leo utapanga makaa? Leo nitapanga makaa. Ala? Sawa. Kama now which is which? Hana utaalamu. Oh, hana utaalamu. Yeah. He's not a professional. Kwa hivyo hana utaalamu wote. Hana. And Van Vepper here, he decided to host him at his home. And I'm very grateful for the hospitality. Wow. What did you eat during the night? Maybe, what did you eat during the night? I was served supper time. I was served food that was sweeter than what a 5-star hotel can offer.
What was that?
It was a buffet. It was a buffet, you can imagine. For real? Sure. Okay, what did you take for supper? I'm sorry to ask by this holiday. There was ugali. Plenty. There was meat in plenty. Oh, beef. You can imagine. Wow.
Guys, today Marwa had to visit the construction site. Now, in Nyabohanse, I think if somebody is really around there, can you begin a hardware? A hardware is a serious business in Nyabohanse. Make sure that when you start this hardware, you be good enough to Marwa and the YouTubers in Nyabohanse. However, I don't know. Do the lazy gangs also construct in Nyabohanse? Hey, ask yourself that question and see which of them is the potential business person and choose your pill. Which is the hardest that you can swallow. Guys, now let's move ahead.
So from here,
kunywa dawa asubuhi.
This when we bring the upper column, the sun needs to be added. I put physically for the sun. Oh, Nairobi, he's right there. Okay, don't mistake him to those enemies of progress.
My goodness. Now, people are now streaming into David Jr.'s space to make content. To make content. Content is content here. Construction content is holding. The vulnerable, where the vulnerable are, That is where to do. Now, in most of the videos we've been watching David Jr. doing, he has never done a construction for someone such as a house. He has been doing toilets after toilets, toilets after toilets. Now, the big gigs are coming. You start one step after the other, and the stairs will get higher, and you have to get where they want to get. And so here you have to really make a lot of drama around the place. David Jr. is actually making it to post 3 videos a day, and with a lot of views. And when we look at the construction site now, Marwa has decided to come and visit and see what is happening. In fact, here he is. He came here, and the dancing grandma was dancing because finally Marwa has come to the construction site. Did you watch this? Maybe if you didn't watch, look at this. I want you to see this. There is a part whereby Marwa had to come, and when Marwa came, the lady was dancing. Let me just check the minute. Let me check. Just be patient with me. Sometimes it happens. Yeah, so Marwa came here, delivered some money for cement, and disappeared. And he was holding the GoPro. And I was like, okay. So, guys, in Nyabohanze, you build a house for the vulnerable, and you carry your GoPro, go there and create a video. Of course, it's the premiere that David Jr. has been doing right away. The premiere is here with us, opening. Just give some few minutes, guys. Survival for the fittest. Here we are. Just let's let the commercial break go, and we come here for the next. And I'm happy for them anyway. I'm happy for them. Judy Moyo is right there with Michael and Mark. So I think they are testing waters to see whether Michael and Mark will come also and support this program as the biggest. Yeah, let's see. Marwa is here. Marwa is here with the brother.
This could be the first permanent house in this area. Yeah, it is. Look, it is for sure. Around here, she's the only one. You know, guys, this area here, the problem is it has a lot of thieves. Yeah. So that you cannot, you see, you have to sleep in your car. Exactly. Otherwise, actually, one of the locals was telling us, long time ago, by 5 p.m., no one could be out. Yeah. Because there is a place that they used to hide cows around. Yeah. Somewhere there. Yes. Yeah, and this other side will be having master bedroom that is for the grandma, and also has stone toilet. Okay. Just around here. And you know something funny that you can do with this is already. Alright, so these are demarcations because this is the foundation. Now this is where the walling wanna take place. Yeah. Another thing, even if you want to expand this house. Is you see the way it has gone there? Yeah. You can put a pillar there. Exactly. One pillar. Another pillar over there. Yeah. And the house will expand. And it can be a whole bedroom. Exactly. Just here. You can put a pillar right at that corner. Yeah. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate, guys. I'm grateful. Yeah. Guys, construction is not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah, so Marwa had to bring some cement here and of course make content. Here we are.
So this is 20. Yes, so Mr. B, thank you so much. I've presented the gift. Acha nimwambie kuja. Yes. Okay, aongei Kiingereza. So kuna mtu mwenye ametuma 20,000 ndio hii kupitia brother yangu, ndugu yangu ya simiti. Sababu no, this is the sign. Yeah. But I love the bond. He's always open. He's worked there even one time. Yeah. Banana.
So Marwa is coming to hold the hand of the brother. But what I can see is that this has become the new area of content creation. If I'm lying, let us watch tomorrow and watch on Saturday and Sunday and Monday. If I will not see Marwa back or Dimango coming here, then I'm a liar. Hey, then I'll be a liar. But if you see them here, and many other YouTubers, Eze has been here, and we are going to see Mayugno here, I'm so sure of that. Before the construction is over, Gitriba will be here. We will also see more YouTubers, Popo, we will see, who else? All those YouTubers will be passing by here. So what am I saying? This is the new content creation area, guys. If you ask me, David Jr. is actually testing waters because he has been seeing the brother thrive in such activities as construction. And of course, the other person who does construction here is Gintu. Who else? And what I know about these people, they do this construction, and out of them, they actually now attract more support. And away from that, they attract also, you know, some chunks. They have to get some chunks from what is being sent by the donors. Because after all, if they come and say they gave us this, they would convince the donor that we'll be giving others later. What about that? Because we have seen it happening before. If you have been watching all the videos from these people, you understand what happens. You know the tingle, right? There is no way you'll just wake up to sacrifice every day, spend time at the construction site without gaining. So one thing about construction sites in Nyabohanse, they attract views. And again, remember these people are fully employing themselves in content creation. And they have to make themselves relevant each blessed day. Hey. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here something. Did you see that? Did you see that? That is a thumbnail, possibly. A thumbnail, not even possibly. I'm so sure it's a thumbnail. That posture alone. That thumbnail alone at the construction site is enough to attract as many views as possible. Guys, hey, will we start construction? Hey, will we start construction? Where are these people? Will we start construction in my village? People will be there watching and supporting. All right? Yeah.
6 lessons, 9 handmade. Oh, 6 to serve each, and for the sons. All right, all right. I need 9 handmen tomorrow and 6. Exactly. Okay, guys. Are we
9 handmen, 6. 6 masons, 9 handmen. Those are 13. You know, I'm not understanding actually how they are constructing here. Marwa is saying I dislike that posture. And Marwa thrives in that posture all the time. When they were doing construction at Grandma Brand's Grandma place, he was all over the place, always forcing Brand's Grandma to go and pose like that. You can imagine, like this. I don't know. I can't even manage that posture. But they were thriving in that posture. Now, we are going to see more constructions from here. If you realize, David Jr. has been recruiting new members after dropping Murimi like hot potato. If you know this guy that was carrying the wheelbarrow the moment Murimi was arriving in the other video, did you see Murimi arriving? And before he arrived, there was a guy who was carrying a wheelbarrow. And David Jr. was instructing him to take it to Nyabohanse. That is the new recruit. And David Jr. already went there, assessed the house he has constructed, and he was told from 2021. And I'm seeing from here, that will be the next project, guys. That will be the next project. So it seems that in Nyabohanse, people have mastered the art and they now understand. Construct a house, ask for people to bring a bag of cement, ask for people to bring more and more. And because, remember in the video that Marwa did on disaster, some people are very mad at Marwa for asking for support when he's rich. So they are learning something that people want the vulnerable, the real vulnerable people. So what are they doing? They are now playing with the psychology of the individuals. They are going for the vulnerable. And I don't think it's just by, you know, it's not by chance that David Jr. began to help this old grandmother. You know what? The moment he began to move around and realize that Murimi, people are hating, to see him helping people like Murimi Matiko, he realized that the vulnerable are not the drunkard. He realized that the vulnerable are the old ladies, widows, you know. And so he switched very fast. He went to help this other lady, and they just did cement the house, the short one. I think some of you have watched him. Then he moved now and told Brian, you have to work for you to eat. So he has always been making sure that he does some content on camera, holding his cobra, showing how this person is working, chasing him, go back to work, go back to work. But they know each other. They read between the chords. Sometimes you see Brian saying, I just like to see you giving the gifts. I just like you to see you doing this. Who among the bosses would allow such a thing if it's not a script? This is a clear script. So David Jr. now tries to pretend and say that he's sending away Brian. He's choosing which work Brian will do. He's asking him to go back to work. But at the end of the day, Elvis, hi, welcome and like the video. My goodness. So when I look at this, then I realize that in Nyabohanse, things are going to change. And it's because of the banker. Most people keep saying things here, and when they say it, David Jr., Marwa, or Dimango will use it to move, but they will not appreciate what people have said. But the reality is that from what we say, they learn something. Because people kept complaining, why are you helping Brian, Matiko, and Murimi? People are able. They can go and work. Because he was giving them tips, then they just go drink and mess, then he does content on them. And people became so annoyed that they began to send messages every day to remind David Jr. to drop them, because it is, you know, there is something, a feeling, irritating feeling you have when you keep watching the same content repeated. So David Jr. is learning another new tactic from Marwa. The aspect of going to the vulnerable, constructing a house, and then you attract more more mula comes your way. So now Marwa has decided, let me go again, boost the shares of my brother as I also boost my viewership. Because now he was thinking that he can go to the orphanage and do some content there, only for it to backfire at his face. Of course, many people are saying that he did injustice to that lady, because when you look at the orphanage itself, when you look at the numbers, currently, even if there was a problem in past, at least currently that lady is trying. You can see the numbers of the children there. You can see how they are going to school, you know. And I'm wondering, David Jr. is no longer going to that children's home again. Was there an agreement behind the Cobras? Because he's the first person I kept seeing going to that home, you know, praying along with that lady, bringing some mattresses, some food. And now of late, I've begun to see other people like the Uganda fella, the guy from Uganda, the rich fella who has links with so many organizations in Uganda, the one who brought a t-shirt to Marwa. I've begun to see him now targeting the orphanage homes, and I'm like, okay, I can see Murife is running. Okay, so let's move ahead, and there is something here Marwa was actually trying to prove, not in one video, but in more than one video. When he was going for furniture, you know, Marwa went for furniture with ROCIO. And while sitting at the carpenter's place, he began to remind ROCIO, when people come to our homes, I help them because I have to weigh their background. I'm going to dig that receipt. I want to look for that receipt as I also buy more bundles, because I can see my bundles have moved. But let me back up, please. Don't go away. So as I check for that video, Maro was actually showing something here and telling ROCIO, sometimes when I consider these people when they come to my home, it's not because I just want to be generous, but it's because I think about their their background. And I'm like, okay, so ROCIO, do you have a dark heart or something? When you started, all right, I'm back. So I looked at that video. Let me just play it. Let me dig the receipt. Let me dig the receipts for that and play it. So ROCIO goes with Marwa to buy furniture. She declines some chairs from Migori. She says she wants local ones. Let me just look for that video here. Now the video is here. Something about good news in the villa. I think that was the video. Was it? Yeah, it is. No, things fall apart in the village. That is the video.
I just applied to 400 jobs in an
Let's
hour.
skip
And
that part.
interviews. Now you may be asking me how the did you do?
Uh-huh.
I had the boss. I invested my money in him, and today here we go. See. Rocio, you anaangalia picha na hichi kitanda. Check the picture and the bed. Yes, you decide. Kitu hapo ulikosea tu, hii ilifaa kuwa kubwa kidogo hii. Unaona hii? Ilifaa kuja iflash wapi? Hapa. I'm telling him that this was supposed to flash.
Ongeza maji kidogo.
Guys, I think his main talent is here. See the things he makes. I'm telling you, he makes.
All right. So when you look at that video, there's a part whereby Marwa said something. Let me just look for the part itself.
Spanish comes in different type of. Show us the color you want here so we can see. It's not here. It's not here. It's on the video. Anasema kuna color natafuta. Sio ujeka. Which color? Show us. Give me one part.
Let me see. Oh, can I get this part really? Ujachota maji ukaweka nani? Mbona nasikia bado na crack?
Yaani hii hata
yeah, so there was a part in this video. Marwa actually confirmed that the home of this guy is here and he has a kid. In fact, 2 kids, right? So when he looked at this house and said, is this where you live? One way. And he also looked at the kid and said, you have already 2 kids? And he said, yeah. So ROCIO, when people come to our home and I give them work, it's because I consider their family. I'm like, you are exposing ROCIO. You are trying to say that it's ROCIO who declines people in the villa, and she does not think about their problems or their, backgrounds or something like that. So there's this baby here. There's this baby, the second baby. And then we have the house.
We can achieve using this. Nitapigia mtu fulani anitumie stable. This one is the one I would recommend because this guy, I've seen his strength.
Interim versus final dividend.
So that was one of the videos Marwa was actually showing that ROCIO is somehow dark-hearted. She does not consider the people who go to the villa as human beings. She just wants them to be sent away. And for him, he considers their family. I don't know how true that is. But of course, sometimes I see Marwa trying to be fair enough with people, allowing them to the villa even if they did not actually have to, book an appointment. On the other hand, ROCIO insists on appointments, even for people who cannot book appointments. Huyu mtu ameweka maji kweli. Nasikia bado ina crack.
I'll do a fantastic job. Mbona unaona tangia ukuje sasa uko na workshop kabisa. What are you missing? Kitu gani unakosa? Ni vitu ambavyo naenda ambavyo nikusa kwa sasa hivi. Hizo machine ndio nikipiga nimeta.
So actually you realize that this guy is someone who can go very far if supported. And I hope that the subscribers who normally are the strong team Marwa can see his work and actually support him because he's a strong man. It's not easy living in such a small house and struggling and doing all that he's doing. And it is clear that Marwa told us in that video that he's not the block in his villa. However, because he decided to give ROCIO that power, and he knows very well what kind of wife he has, he was indicating, of course, we looked at the video at Brian's grandma. You remember the day that ROCIO was talking to Marwa, and then Marwa was trying to say that, yeah, YouTubers are really coming, some of them for shout-outs, and I really want them to book with you. And ROCIO was like, I don't want people to come into the villa just randomly. It's bad habits and all that. And people, I think they knew very well that Marwa is different from ROCIO. If they go to the site and help some work, obviously Marwa will be soft-hearted and give the shout-outs. But if they go to the villa or book, ROCIO will take them around corners and they may not get to find an opportunity. Now guys, there is this individual known as Gideon. At the beginning of this video, I think we are shown Gideon in this video. Yeah, we are being shown. He came here without anything from Eldoret. And ROCIO gave her a very hard time to find room. And in fact, in one of the videos of the unboxing, Marwa had to ask him, before ROCIO, hey, talk to my wife and say whether she will accept to have you here for more days. If she does, then you can stay. I was like, Marwa, why did you decide to come on camera and say that? Let's look at this video so that you don't say I'm just creating. I'm not creating information here. It was here. Here. Let's skip this part. Commercial.
How long have you stayed here? 1 month and a half?
Yeah, 1.5, almost 2 months.
How do you feel? Should I talk to my wife for you to keep staying here?
Okay.
Say, you know, all we fear is sometimes we help people and then they go and say, whoa, those people.
When you help someone and you are looking at what they'll say, you will never help anybody. Because let me assure you that even your own blood son or sister or daughter can go away and say, my mother did not take good care of me. Because maybe at some point you disciplined them and they did not see that you are correcting them. So, if you are helping somebody, just look at what you are doing. Don't look at what will come later, because life is unpredictable. Today it's good, tomorrow it can be bad. Or today it's bad, tomorrow it will be good. Now, Marwa here is restraining from helping Gideon because he thinks he may go and become the lazy gang. Hey, I thought God said that you do what you can do and then move ahead. If somebody doesn't appreciate, it is their problem, not yours. But in this video, Marwa is actually very much concerned about whether Gideon will go away and become the lazy gang or not. So he says, you know what we fear about helping people? When they come from here, they go away and they begin saying, these people, you know, they did this, they did that. And I'm like, Marwa, what have you done to that guy? What is it that you did to that guy that you fear? Maybe when he goes away, he'll talk about it, because after all, if your conscience is clear, even if somebody goes and says something, no problem. How many times do you have relatives, maybe, or even friends, whom we walk around with, they are always smiling, they are always happy with us, and then one day, they wake up and say, we were very bad friends to them, or we were very bad relatives to them. That's very normal. You teach students as a teacher, in school. You try as much as possible to be very good, only discipline in the best possible way. But when they finish, they'll be like Diana Marwa, running around the rooms and telling you, the mathematics teacher, where am I? Hapa ni wapi? So guys, I don't think there is any point in Marwa fearing, unless there is something they have done to this guy and he feels like he should be now apologizing before he leaves so that he doesn't go to spill the beans. I don't see how you begin to ask him, do I talk to my wife so that you can stay? This one is just clearly painting a bad picture of ROCIO. We are beginning to see that ROCIO was being exposed by Marwa in a negative light. That is my thought. Maybe I'm not right, but that is my thought, and I'm actually just flowing in the vibes. I'm flowing with the vibes because Marwa himself is trying to say something here. Now, I want you to look at the posture of our Argentina sister. When Marwa tries to say, can I talk to my wife so that you continue staying? The guy has stayed for 2 months. I've never seen him in any of Marwa's videos. I'm surprised. Whatever help he came, okay, he came for fee. All right, let me see. Oh, no wonder he has not been appearing on videos. And I've never heard about him. Only in this video did I hear anything about him. So let's continue to watch this receipt and see.
Yeah, but Gideon, you are very hardworking. One day, Gideon, I gave him 3,000 because he was very hardworking. Talk to my wife, if she accepts, you can stay here. Me at this point.
We already talked, and me and you, we already talked as well. So
okay.
Please don't make jokes of me in front of
No, I'm not joking. I'm saying he can talk to you. If you accept, he can stay 100%. Me, I don't have a problem.
No, me, I want this house to be for our family. Oh my God. Hey. What did I just hear? What was Marwa trying to confirm here? Guys, tell me. Because I am like, well, if they have talked with ROCIO, he must have got her point of view. Then he comes on camera to humiliate this guy and asks him, do you want to stay or do you want to leave? And ROCIO does not restrain herself. She's like, no, he can't stay anymore. Me, I want this house to be a family house. I'm like, hey, it's about to go down. Because now these two people stay together, but they have very different ideologies. While Marwa is impressing a lot of visitors in this home and possibly making them work. Because how did he know that Gideon is a hard-working fella? How did he know? The fella has been here for 2 months, and I was not even aware, even in the videos we've been watching. He did not show him doing anything. He came to look for fee, I think, and he says he has made it. But the fella is sort of disgusted. I'm not so sure, but just look at his face. There is some sort of embarrassment even before this, and look at the posture. Hey, crossing the legs, I'm like, I cannot stand on my 2 feet, but I'm saying, no. My goodness. Let's repeat this.
Yabanze to Marwa's home.
Yes, guys.
Seek for help for education fee.
Yes.
I've achieved.
Yes.
I really want to appreciate you, Marwa, for helping me.
How long have you stayed here? 1 month and a half?
1.5, almost 2 months.
How do you feel? Should I talk to my wife for you to keep staying here?
Okay.
Do you know, the moment Marwa said that, ROCIO turned her legs. I was like, I'm standing on my 2 feet, Marwa. Can you see me? Did we not talk about this? Come on. You are coming on camera to embarrass me. I don't have any face. I don't have any face that can be embarrassed. So ROCIO comes out and says, no. We've talked about it already. Hey, guys, sometimes, I don't know why Marwa does this, but I didn't understand. Actually, in my view, I don't know what he was trying to communicate, whether he was trying to show the world that he's not the problem, but ROCIO is. Possibly that was the problem. Anyway, let's see. Was it a revenge mission after Marwa was embarrassed by ROCIO as they were buying beds?
All we fear is sometimes we help people and then they go and say, whoa, those people.
Yeah, looks like that.
Yeah, but Gideon, you are very hardworking.
Yes.
One day, Gideon, I gave him 3,000 because he was very hardworking. Talk to my wife, if she accepts.
Talk to my wife if she accepts, and you know the kind of wife you have. What an embarrassment. Me and you, we already talked, and me and you, we already talked as well.
Okay.
Please don't make jokes of me in front of
No, I'm not joking. I'm saying he can talk to you. If you accept, you can stay 100%.
Unless you are joking. Already that statement is enough for Marwa to have reason and stopped discussing matters to do with all this aspect of having him stay in the house. Nani uko busy? Najua niko kwa nini na ni Gabu. Gabu, uko busy? Wewe nitafua tu hizo nguo kama ni zetu kesho. So uende unipeanie kuni, huyu asinifanye nikakata hii video katikati. Sasa siendi mimi. Oh.
Kinyeka.
Labda angalia kwa dirisha. Najua ndiacha huyu akiwa. Yeah, so let's proceed with this. Of course you've seen from the body language itself, if someone crosses the legs, for those of you who have learned verbal language, non-verbal, what does it communicate? They are communicating a no. They are disoriented, they are disgusted. So, ROCIO actually had to cross her feet. When you cross your feet, even the hands, what are you communicating? There is something you're communicating, right? So ROCIO does that and says, I hope you're not joking. Hey. And I was just so sure about some things are going to go down. And she proceeded.
I don't have a problem.
No, me, I want this house to be for our family.
Aye.
Already costing him a lot.
Yeah, thank you. At least 1 month and a half.
Yes, I really appreciate
And were you eating here in the evenings?
Yes.
No.
I was sitting here.
For everyone.
Yeah, and again you've achieved what you came to look for.
Yes.
One day if you become president, don't forget about me, please. Yeah, let's go. Don't forget about my...
Hey, one day you become a president, don't forget about me. Hey, are you thinking that all the people are equal? Personally, I've helped a lot of different people in different ways. Some with advice and they have made it. Some have helped them with financial aspect and they have made it. Some have not made it. I've also helped others in terms of, because I'm an academic writer, and I've helped people in ideas into how they can do writing. And some of them are doing proposals and books, writing for people and getting even 100,000s. But it depends on them. If they want to appreciate, let them appreciate. If they don't want to, I cannot go back and take what I gave them. You know one thing with skills, or even if you pay fees for someone who is hardworking, they will automatically outdo you. And a good teacher, you should always accept that some people will outdo you. And you don't have to give ties. People who are appreciative are just appreciative. They'll always have to trace back what made them to be what they are currently. So MARWA reminds this boy, don't forget about me when you become a president. I'm like, yeah. You are simply telling him not to forget where he came from. And of course, some people just forget whether you tell them or not. And ROCIO is just tired. She has no time. No time. Hey, the Argentina lady, guys. Hey, my goodness.
Son, maybe I'll not be around. At least Maisha will be around.
So, he had to go an extra mile, say that, don't forget me when you become the president. And then he realized, maybe I'll not live long. And he says, don't forget about my son Maisha. Maybe I'll not be around, but my son will be around. Just remember him. So he didn't want to mention ROCIO, because automatically you look at that response from ROCIO, it's clear that she was very uncomfortable with that guy sitting in the house 1.5 a month. Hey. Privacy is eating into ROCIO. I don't know. Now, MARWA, why did you build this large house with so many bedrooms? Will ROCIO occupy those bedrooms, or how is it going to be? Anyway, he had to answer that question. When I was just asking, the sooner I asked, no sooner did I ask, no sooner did MARWA have to respond to this question. Let's see here. He was walking away in one of these videos as they are going to the farm. And no sooner did I ask, no sooner did he have to answer. So let's just get to that video and see what he answered. Or are you aware of what he answered? He answered the question. Let's just check here. He answered that question somewhere here. I'm trying to get to that part. Of course, it is the same video where they were supposed to unbox. The same video where they are supposed to unbox. He stopped them from unboxing and told them, wait until I go and come back. And once I come back, we'll continue unboxing because we are going to plant some grass for our our horses at Angojuju's farm. All right? And he was trying to do that on camera so that people will not come here and say that, yeah, Marwa is now using that land, you know. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Here is the video, I think. Yeah, it must be this video. Let's skip the advertisements again. I try to watch them because it's one way of supporting those who own them.
Tell him hot water is coming in. The issue now is plumbing work.
My goodness. So Marwa came out, of course, to answer me because I was asking, why is ROCIO so resistant about this land? Not land, but this house having visitors. How will she use this big house? Because I would be uncomfortable staying in such a house alone. But he came out to respond while on the way to Jamaican Ango's place. Let's just watch this a little bit.
Nani hayupo usichafue gate. Tafadhali. So we repainted our gate. It looks brand new. We repainted our gate. Tutako sana enda nyumbani. Telling this girl now to go home. She wants to peep here. Please enda nyumbani sasa.
To peep or peep?
These are my neighbors' kids. Sometimes
Tell
it's very hard
us.
to deal with neighbors' kids because they want to mess up your compound. But again, I love that because I'm learning how to deal with many kids. You know, guys, previously I've already told you I want to have like 10 kids. And I'm not joking, I'm serious. So
I hope you have got the answer. So that big villa, ROCIO is reserving it for the 9 kids that are coming. One is already on walking, the other one is not seeing but there. Because a lot of us know that ROCIO is pregnant currently. So guys, the babies are babying. 10 kids on the way, each with a bedroom, but beds are being bought now before they come. And I'm like, hey, just do some, you know, people are practicing bio whatever, and you can conceive even 6 children at a go. ROCIO, will you make it? You are a strong woman from Argentina. You can, right? You can have 10 babies. You can have now 5 babies so that you have 6. Then next time you have 4. And you are done. You don't have to wait for you to bear one by one by one. There is some scientific process they are using currently to make sure that someone can produce as many kids as possible at once. So Marwa, are you aware of that? So that those bedrooms are filled at once, you don't have to struggle and look for beds without occupants. And people will automatically respect your home. They'll not come because with many babies around, you'll be so busy. You'll be so busy making content on the babies and what have you. Calling this one, I don't know, Maisha. The other one will be Mawot and Mawot. Or will you have the Rowot and Rowot? Hey, guys, hey, it is what it is. So Marwa answered me just before I had. No sooner had I asked, because I was asking myself, how comes ROCIO is saying he wants that big home to only be for him and for her and Marwa? And he gave the answer right away. I am very serious about it. I am going to have 10 babies. I'm like, hey, as I'm sitting here, I have only 2. And if I'll add, I'll only add 1 so that I have 3 kids, not more than that. We grew up, many of us, and I don't think there is any much beauty. There is beauty, of course, when you are grown up and you are surviving, helping each other. But again, there is a strain you experience as maybe when parents have retired and you have the young children are supposed to be held up by the firstborns. So firstborns you delay in progress because you are still holding hands on to the other children. And that one becomes one of the nightmares in a family because sometimes you delay so much, and by the time you pick up, these others have grown, they are doing some things, and they don't understand that you are sacrificing because of them. It is what it is, guys. The reality is here. But anyway, Marwa already has gathered enough. He hardly uses his money. He always uses the subscribers' money. He always uses the super slabs and donations. So the money that he has kept in the bank must be overflowing money. So of course he is ready to take care of each child without having to strain any of his children. So I understand, possibly that craving for 10 kids is a serious matter. What I sympathize for is ROCIO. ROCIO, bearing 10 babies is not a joke. I also heard Dimwango saying the same, that she's going to download 10 kids. I was like, hey, will you keep quiet? Leave me alone. Hey, leave me alone. Hey, I can't endure labor pains for 10 times. 10 times? No. That is just too much. Just too much. Too much. It means every time people will be seeing you, you'll be pregnant. And or carrying a baby. Aye, that one is just too much. Anyway, let's spare that. And we have to proceed ahead. And again, pull another receipt where Marwa is trying to paint ROCIO as a dark-hearted woman while he's the good man. Let's watch this. There's a video on Jamaica. I don't know whether it is the same or because he did 2 videos in that kind of dressing. Good news from the villa, is it?
The plumbers. I need to get plumbers.
When he was talking about the plumbing.
It would be easy for the plumbers to test, you know, because initially they couldn't test because they didn't know even if it's hot water, cold water. See?
The mediocre plumbers.
You see, these are the pipes. See, these are the pipes. Very bad to have a beautiful house like this, to have pipes like that.
Protruding
This
pipes.
shows lack of. But also, to be honest, even me as Maro, I changed plans. I wanted more kitchens. You know, I didn't really follow exact plan as the architect drew it.
So you are the one who messed your plan then.
At least now we know.
So Marwa messed his plan, but he's coming out to show us if it's the plumber who had a problem. I'm like, anyway, you like cheap labor, so cheap things come with that experience. Anyway, you have already done the big villa, and your sister said today in her video that we have to build Africa so that we'll not be longing to go to America. And I thought within myself, maybe I want to go to America because I want a specific thing, you know, to become a dual citizen. I'm not going to America just because I want a villa. How can a villa only take me to America? I don't think so. I would go to America because I want my kids maybe to have citizenship in America and actually acquire education from there. There is a difference. However much you have adopted CBC, our CBC cannot reach the level of American education. Our education here, you have to work from 8 to 4. You have sometimes to go to school even on Saturday. Teachers are running around even on Sundays. And kids don't have even the authority to do what they need to do. The resources are limited in class. IT is limited. I would wish actually to have kids studying in an environment where those resources are there and they can, you know, groom their talents. And however much Marwa and Dimwango keep saying that we only go to those countries because of villas, I don't believe all people go because of that. I have friends who have gone to America. I have friends who are in Canada, Australia, and all that those places. Even personally, I would want to go there, pursue my PhD because I've done already a master's in Kenya and all that. And I'm not going there because I want I want to see villas. Not at all. But it is what it is. Marwa is now regretting for the poor plumbing of the house. And of course, we still blame him because when he was doing, people talked about it. They told him, but he did not hear. Yeah, when you fail to hear, when recommendation fall on deaf ears, that is what happens. Anyway, he said something here about him and the wife. Let me just check.
And online, watch this video till the end.
Let me see.
Let's see what he said here.
So that's confirmed. Wow, guys, finally I can smile. Finally we can say we have hot water in the home. But in my room it took so long. I think that's the first one that clears.
There is something Marwa said here.
I don't know how to switch.
Comparing himself and ROCIO.
So it's only this side, your room. All right. Guys, these rooms I'm supposed to buy very nice beds. I fix lights. They look 5-star. So let's check this other toilet here. Especially these two toilets. Kitchen. And very soon I'll bring people to work on the kitchen to fit this. You guys remember one of you, Black
What is
British
that?
Africa, surprised us with a very big fridge. Let's see.
There is something Marwa said here. I don't know why I'm taking long to find it. But he said something here.
Look, not that one. Okay, this one. Put the pressure pump on. So with the pressure pump, it should be able to push this water.
He said something. I can't just stress it.
This house was built. So even right now it's not showing temperature. No, just shower with hot water, which is available. Raisha should be the first one showering hot water, at least before even anyone, all right, just shower him. I'll come to test once you finish. We are testing the entire house. Guys, imagine it's been close to 1 hour running up and down. Here we finished, no problem. Here, big issue. And those who are joining us, guys, we are testing hot water. We installed a machine the other day.
Hey.
Okay. And even in our home here, it doesn't freeze. Other places, pipes actually freeze or get frozen. Or at least for this system, I need 5 batteries. Because now I've added a free...
Yeah, so...
No, 1% here. But it's a skill that is very important to know, especially it's because here in Africa we don't depend on driving. But in other countries like the US or developed countries, you have to know how to drive to go to work, to even do a lot of things like grocery, Close my eyes and tell myself, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Yeah, I think I've found the third part. You see, I've given you 2 concepts where Marwa is trying to prove that he's better than the wife. The wife is dark-hearted, she's mean, and doesn't want people in the compound totally. Yeah, at some point you may agree with that. But because he was married to this man who likes people, who always thrives through doing shout-outs for people, and then they go about and, market his name. Indeed, he even came up with the manager. And I've been asking myself, where is the manager? Where is the manager? I'm looking around for the manager. Where is the manager? Manager, are you sleeping on the job? But I'm seeing that he's here still managing himself. He doesn't want to be managed. And therefore, that is why he's trying to pose questions around ROCIO and all that. Now, this lady came, Magic and Unicorns came for shout out.
Hi, thank you. Thank you. Yes, that is all I have to do for you today. Guys, to be married is very difficult. Sometimes my wife says, I like to please people.
Sometimes my wife says, I like to please people. There is no problem with pleasing people. Marwa, if you believe in pleasing people, continue pleasing them because that is who you are. It is very hard to change yourself. Even when you get married, if we are people who love, going out, we will still go. If we love content creation like myself, you will be all over the places. You are on TikTok, you are on Instagram, you are on Facebook page, you are on YouTube. So, no one will stop me. If I love singing, even if I get married, my voice will not go away. If I love advising people, I'll do it. I'll do it even when I'm not given an opportunity. If I like helping people grow their talents, I'll do it. Even when you stop me as the leader. Hey. So Marwa, continue being you. If you are Marwa, be Marwa. Just like ROCIO should be ROCIO, you will not change her, but you can survive together because, of course, Argentina situations, if you heard yesterday, Argentina economy is going down. Things are not good there. So she will stay. She will not go anywhere. She will have to be with you. I remember there was a lady who wrote a very nice letter to ROCIO. ROCIO, are you there? There's a lady who did a very good letter to ROCIO when ROCIO ran to the city, and I was so pleased. That letter was advising ROCIO that since she left Argentina and came to Africa, and she decided to get married to this African man, of course she had known that time. Maro that time was living a very reckless life, jumping from one woman to another, and she still went in to have a relationship with him. Why now? Why is she feeling like Marwa should change? He should not change. Let Marwa be him. Let's listen to this.
The truth is, sometimes I don't know how to say no. That is the truth. Sometimes I don't know how to say no. It doesn't mean I don't say no, but it's very difficult to be Marwa sometimes. Like for her case, my dad brought her here. Imagine your dad brings someone and says, my son, please help this person. And then you say no in front of, it's a shame.
Yeah, truly. True. I second you. It's a shame. And ROCIO should understand. She should not be controlling, actually. Sometimes even myself, I try to relax on my husband. I cannot control him fully, like tell him, no, don't help this one, don't help. You will not make it. You will strain yourself. Let him help those he can. You can advise him to be moderate if he's actually doing too much to a level that he's being mean to himself or the family. But you cannot control him, totally tell him that this home has to be for us. I don't want visitors here. How? Which home lacks visitors? You people tell me even if you live in America. Yeah, so the reality is that in life we can moderate our partners. Maybe try to advise them not to be too much. But we cannot control them fully and tell them, stop. Even a child. Can you really control a child fully? Fully tell them, never, 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 ever. And there are some things, if someone is just social, they are. Even if you stop them, you will not make it. There are things, there are people who are just charismatic. There are people who are also people pleasers. I think in psychology, we have what we call personalities, right? For those of you who have done psychology, you understand. If you have studied psychology, you understand that there are a variety of personalities. There are people pleasers, there are aggressors, there are all sorts of people. And if your personality is a people pleaser, you cannot stop it. And maybe you have reasons as to why you do so. And while another one is an aggressor, they may not stop it. And that is why sometimes you have to understand your partner before marriage. However, Marwa and ROCIO are two people on a different plate. But because they are now thriving, the Argentina girl knows she's thriving out of Marwa. She's making it. Why can't she at least try to understand and give Marwa his space so that she does not keep complaining about people coming to this home and seeming to be on camera, aggressive on camera, directly like he did to Gideon. And even now make Marwa say such things on camera, like reveal clearly that she is dark-hearted. Because someone who is big like this, an international figure, how does a wife keep saying that I want this home to be our own? No wonder recently people are talking about Ridley, this guy who came after Jamaican uncle. And he ran away before even time. I don't think he went away peacefully at all. I'm beginning to believe in what people are saying. The aspect of ROCIO giving Ridley a whole motorbike without fuel. And he did not say it. And instead of actually telling her, ROCIO should have told him that our motorbike is here but it doesn't have fuel. So that the guy decides to go with it, whether it has fuel or not. But the guy felt like he had brought a lot of gifts, he had brought even presents. And now, instead of just giving a motorbike with little fuel for him to reach where he was to go and come back, he was given a whole motorbike without fuel. And I think he returned it when he realized he doesn't have. And he's indicated that his money is almost gone, so he cannot afford to continue staying, then left. And banker on the streets. Hey, guys. Anyway, let's finish to listen to what Marwa is saying here.
Close my eyes and tell myself, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Yes.
Just like that, I try my best to at least give it my best. I don't know if I'm making even some sense.
You are making sense, brother.
So in her case, guys, please go there. Atieno Eliam, go support her.
So Rocio did not want this girl Atieno to come and have a shout out. What was her fears anyway? What was her fears? Because I don't see. If Marwa wanted to get any other business with anybody, he doesn't have to wait for those who are coming for shout outs. And those are some very funny fears men or women have in marriages. You don't have to keep fearing that my husband will take another woman or my wife will have another man. If you are a real man, your wife will not take anybody. If you are a real woman, your husband will not take anybody. He knows deep in his heart, and she knows deep in her heart that you are the man. Even if she tries to fool around or he tries to fool around, he will come back to you because he knows that that is where my heart belongs. That is where my progress comes from. That is where I get the victory and wins. That is where I get the right advice. That is where I get the right... I don't want to say some things here, guys. Let me spare it. Let me spare it. But Rocio seems to have insecurity matters because when he says this home is just for us, I try to ask myself, who came here to grab the home? Nobody wants to own the villa. And I also begin to ask myself, recently, when Marwa went to the storms and began to say, help, help, this villa is not just for me alone. If you come to Africa, you will sleep here. Then now Rocio comes out and says that the villa is supposed to belong to her and family. Guys, is this YouTube house? Is this YouTube villa? Is it? When now Dimwango comes out to cheat us and tell us that people will be coming to my home and swim in the swimming pools and sit around and sleep the way they want, I begin to doubt. Because you will build these homes, but you will not be welcomed anytime you want. At some point, you will come by, you will be told, no, there's no space. Because according to Rocio, that house belongs to her 10 kids. Hey, it belongs to her 10 children. It doesn't belong to anybody. So stay away from the villa because according to Rocio, it must be a family house. Of course, you've seen through my reaction, I've shown you what she said. I'm not just putting my words in her mouth. She said it. She said, for me, I want this home to be for me and my family. Yet, Marwa recently was coming out in the rains during the hailstorms and telling people, yeah, guys, contribute. Guys, we need help. Why did not the Argentina lady give her YouTube money to do that was very little money. Rocio could have helped her husband to put back the panels. I don't know. Those people who help this family, I don't know how they feel. For me, I'm not expecting any help from this family. I'm not even expecting to go anywhere in Nyabohanse and begin to ask for Marwa, not even to ask for a shout out. I'll struggle on the streets just like this until I make it. I'll not go to the villa. So I am wondering, for those people who help and bank on the promise Marwa gives that people can go to the villa anytime they want, how do they feel about this? How do they feel? I'm just asking myself because these are empty promises. If Marwa stays with the Rocio and Rocio doesn't want people here, and Rocio knows very well that Marwa has done this villa using YouTube money. In fact, there were a lot of contributions from people who were sending money. I may not have sent, but a lot of people sent. Now Rocio comes and says, this is a home for me and my family. I'm like, okay, the 10 kids that Marwa has said, it's okay. It is okay. But Marwa came out on the live stream recently when people were asking why he cannot buy the solar panels. And he said that this home does not belong to him alone and Rocio. It belongs to everybody who wants to go to Nyabohanse. And I'm like, now, if ROCIO can be so bitter about the house. What about the horses? What about the horses? You know, when she says these things on camera, she's directly talking to everybody. Whether you react or you don't, whether you watch them or not, whether you want to go there or not, she's directly talking to everybody that you must know she's the queen of the villa, and the villa does not belong to anybody, including those who stand there as Team Marwa. It doesn't belong to you. Anyways, let's get to Oga Obinna. Oga Obinna the top. Oga Obinna the top. Let me look for Oga Obinna the top.
Quick and fast. 20,000.
Oga Obinna the top is one of my topmost fans. I watch him most of the times, all right? So let's get to see some banker from Oga Obinna the top.
Exactly. Wow. Hizo ni mifuko 21.
So Oga Obinna, guys, away from Nyabohanse, when we come to the city, yeah, when you come to Oga Obinna the top, there is a hot story in town. Oga Obinna had trusted that he just has the 5 kids. And I think he had decided that when he meets any woman, they are going to use family planning. Women sometimes, oh, Eve, what did you do to us in the Bible? Eve, you cursed all the women and you have not left them alone. Women sometimes are very funny. You agree with a woman that they are not going to bear any baby, and no sooner than you say that, they go remove the family planning. Hey, Oga Obinna. So Oga Obinna actually did an interview with Sonye and revealed clearly that the wife whom they had agreed not to have, even not a wife, that is a lover possibly, they had agreed to have a relationship but no child. So the woman was using family planning. And from my understanding, there are very few family plannings which, backfire. Very few. But if a woman wants to trap you, even if you have agreed that you will have family planning, they'll remove it and they'll not tell you. They will remove it and they will not reveal to you what is happening, because possibly they have seen you have money, you have the ability to take care of the baby, or something else. You are a potential father, they want your face around. Why am I saying this here? I'm supposed to be saying this on members only. But people have refused to register on my channel on members only. So they have forced me to do this content here, which is not very good, okay? There's some content I'm doing here and it's not very suitable because some of my videos are lessons. So if a student decides to click here, they'll be surprised. They are madam. Hey, they are madam wahala. Anyway, let's get to actually see the video, because Oga Obinna had to come out and disclose that the woman with whom he was in a relationship with, they had agreed they don't want babies. The woman was using family planning, but she went secretly, removed the family planning and conceived. Because she had done it secretly, she never revealed to Oga Obinna she was pregnant until the child is 4 months. That is when she has made Oga Obinna aware. Guys, hey, who does that? What about if you are here, you are watching, you are a man, what would you have done? You know, I'm not able to see those people who are chatting, so forgive me. I'll be checking very soon before the video is over. So don't think that I'm ignoring you. Like the video. I only have 1 like. Please give me the likes, share my videos, subscribe to the channel also, so that we continue growing together. But let me check on Oga Obinna and the new child. So he had to reveal the face of the child to the world, because that is what Oga Obinna does. So let's check on this. The new child in the house looking like Lola herself. Eleni. I think the child is known as Eleni or something like that. So let's check on this. Of course, Oga Obinna has decided not to say anything about the lady, because according to Oga Obinna, the woman wants privacy. Privacy.
is an exclusive. A very interesting
Yeah,
thing.
guys.
And like I always say, for wanaume, learn from Mash. My mistakes learn.
Okay.
Do you know a very interesting thing? You see, when I was doing homecoming for them on Facebook,
Yes.
it was on 7th September.
Yes.
That is why I remember that date very well. I was in Kitale. My daughter was being born in...
Hello, what's up, beautiful people? How are you guys doing?
Just one room.
Yeah.
Because morning inafaa ende inda. So mimi nikutoa room azee nini. So nikapiga madango ananiambia niaje kesho leta mtoi home. Mimi nitamraise uendelee na kuwaso.
Okay.
So the following evening I was to go to bus station. You see bus station inaitwa Machakos bus stop. Niende hapo ni negotiate, tulikuwa na pande hizi mabasi zetu za kurudi huko. So when I was like, okay, so now, so when do I see nini? Yeah, you can come and see him to yako place fulani nini. I'm like, okay, cool. So what do I do? Gari kwa barabara. So I took a flight, took a gari nini. Baka huko, went to see. Let me come and see. Okay, cool. So what has happened? So what's happening? What's the bill situation? What are my responsibilities? What are your responsibilities? Okay, cool. Let's see. Because me, I want all my kids to. Yeah. So when that happens, personally, I don't mind children.
Okay.
The only thing that is complicated about my situation, do you know, I never plan for any of my kids.
I've noticed that.
I have myself to blame.
Yes.
Because I was reckless.
Exactly.
Hey. So Ogobina, I like his F13. He comes out and says he was reckless. He was reckless. He does not hide like some people. He said he was reckless because when he grew up, he did not know some things. And this is one lesson he's trying to give us as parents. We have to be open to our kids. When we stay with the kids, we have to share things with them so that they understand. For example, they have understand menstruation, they understand boyfriends, girlfriends, how people conceive and all that. I don't know. How many parents can do that? Let me know. Let me know.
Actually, I was to tell you.
How was I reckless?
Sorry,
I trusted people so much.
Yeah.
And I didn't take good care of myself.
Okay.
Now that's why I'm always telling most people, men especially, when you listen to my stories, kuwa rada kwa zile za. Kuna kitu nimekuwa nikisema hapa mara kadhaa, naambia wasee ni aje. For example, the only family planning utakuwa sure nao ni kondiko. Ukitoka na watoto wako hiyo kwa kondiko, ukaflash kwa toilet, ama ukatoka nayo kwa hiyo keja uko zile za.
Yeah.
But nza kwambia, there's a lot of men who have been in a situation be told, no, I'm safe, Then now, for the other men, you find they're not financially
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
So mwanaume anaruka ngori zile, mimi sikuwa ready nini. Majority of men by the way wanapatanga wampia na ball kama wako ready.
Yeah.
Lakini wewe jua tu mtu yake shakam, you have to take responsibility.
Exactly. Let me ask you something, Obinna. You see, for me, I'm a mother. I'm a single mother. I'm raising my kid. I have a fear. I made a mistake. Okay. Let me just say a mistake that I'm afraid of making again.
Yeah.
Do men have that? Because for you to get to a point where you have 5 kids.
Yes.
You let's call it the second mistake.
Yeah.
The third mistake, and now it's the 4th mistake.
Yeah.
Do men have that fear of you guys are like, you know what, kaende.
I don't know about men, but myself I don't have.
You don't.
No, I can take care of my kids. Yeah, I'm taking care of my kids.
Hey, so Oga Obinna is telling us that he does not have any fear. The way we women will say, I don't want many kids, I don't want kids who don't have fathers around. The way we would say that now I have 1 kid or 2 kids, I don't want to add another. Oga Obinna himself is telling us he doesn't know about other men, but he knows. He himself does not have any fear because he's financially stable. Guys, how about you? If you're a man watching, drop a comment, let me know. Let me know because I'm going to read the comments right away. That is why I like watching Oga Obinna. Oga Obinna is a vibe. Yes, he's just a vibe. As I come from Nyabohanza, I normally please myself with watching Oga Obinna. And the rest of the people, people think that we just watch Nyabohanza and talk about David Jr., Marwa. And they'll always tell us, can you talk about somebody else? Guys, if you watch my videos, I don't talk about one person. No, not at all. This world is so broad. The world is so broad, guys. I can't watch only one person. I'll be so narrow-minded, you know. But I watch a variety of things. Let me just look at the video and see if there are comments I have to actually embrace or respond to. And then I can see we can proceed, guys. But I hope you're liking the video. You are also commenting and, you know, trying to follow what we are doing. Subscribe to the channel also. I'm still longing for subscribers. I'm on the road to 3,000 subscribers. So, guys, don't forget that. Don't forget. Don't forget. We are on a journey, a serious journey, guys. And also go to Life Saga TV. Watch me there for political analysis. The political videos are doing very well, by the way, than even edutainment for us. But it is what it is. I can't compare because the other stuff is political, while here I'm doing a different stuff. But it is what it is, you know. So let me just look at your comments. Maybe someone has chatted and I need to know what they have said before I proceed, you know. Yeah, so Ogobina is revealing something here. I don't know. Do we have even fear as all women, or maybe me? Me and Sonia have fears, but maybe others don't have. Victoria Mutua. Maybe me. I'm so sorry I didn't see you. Brian Njoroge. Brian Njoroge is asking, are you a baby mama? Why not? Do we have faces for baby mamas? Victoria Mutua is asking, I said hi. I'm like, yeah, hi to you. Elvis is here saying hi to you. Is there anybody else in the house who said hi? Let me check. Let me just check. Joroge.
Kids. Okay. I've even taken kids who are not mine. Because what is the fear of having a child? Siwezi mlea. Mimi naweza lea wangu.
Okay.
Swali ni, are you ready mentally? Then are you ready financially? Because let's say God forbid anything happens to me today. What happens to our child?
Exactly.
So that's what I always tell. By the decision of having a child is not the decision of the lady. And the lady should be ready financially and mentally.
That's true.
Huyu mori akibail, ama God forbid a date.
That's true.
Neza provide mtoi.
Yes.
Na mtoi akiniwacha mentally, I can be able to take care of.
Yeah.
If that is okay. For nearly all.
Hey, commercial break.
All the kids I've adopted have either one parent or both.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, Chantel has a parent. So Chantel is a girl who did a poem about me. And when she did a poem about me, so I always trying to, because I'm not there all the time. Yes. So I try to make it very open and very light. And then with my kids, I always tell them, if you tell me first, you are safe.
Okay.
If you tell me first, you whatever you've done, whether it's in school, whatever, if you tell me first, you are safe. But if I find out and you're hiding it, it's complicated.
Okay.
For example, you see, like my son does not have a phone, and he's a firstborn son. All the other sisters have Rosie, Chantel, Nani, kila mse ako na simu. Yake nilichukua. Why? Because whatever happened, nikachukua simu, like about a month or two, then nikamrudishia tena, then he went to see the mother, then kidogo when he was coming back again, the same thing. I'm like,
That is parenting for you guys. So Gobina is actually revealing that there is another baby here, a small baby. Of course, somebody displayed. I don't want to do that, but Ogobina came out to reveal the face of the fifth child, guys. And he's saying he does not think it's a mistake. For him, he's ready. He has the mental muscles. He has the financial muscles. So he's trying to advise guys, or even ladies. Because I don't know, sometimes we ladies, we look at maybe the men who are in courtship with us and see that they have the pocket. They are gigs, and we say that, yeah, I can trap him with a baby. Or I can have a baby, even when that man does not want. And this is a very grievous mistake, because not all men will be like Ogobina. Another man will reject that child, and it's a very bad situation to have a child who has been rejected by the father. Very worst experience ever. Because what will happen is this child will become a problem to you even as a mother, because you can see you are battling around, you are taking care of the child alone, maybe you don't have the financial muscle. Mentally, women are so weak sometimes when you feel rejected. So it is something, I think from this video, I brought it up in my video because I believe it's a very serious lesson to women, because women sometimes they become a joke. Trapping men with children is not the best way. It's not, you know. Yeah, if you are a baby mama because all of you decided to have a baby, it's okay. But then, I also believe men on the other side, if you dare have a woman and you bear a child, whether you want the mother or not, just take care of the kid. Take care of the kid, because you never know. This kid may become someone, a professor, a nurse, somebody big in the society. Will you ever come back and say, this is my child? You can imagine if that child grew up with rejection. Will they even accept you? What about if they reject you also because you rejected them? Will you accept that? You know, but it's wrong for a woman to trap a man with pregnancy, or even to hide it and then it comes up later. It's a very bad experience because you feel like somebody trapped you and all that, because children are the ones who will suffer. Even if the mother will suffer or the father, there is more suffering to that child, the child who is not accepted in the society. So guys, I really liked this video. As I was doing the analysis, I loved it. I of course have seen people who interacted. Unfortunately, I was unable to see them because, you know, at some point if somebody calls when you're doing a video, you are unable to see anything. So don't blame me if I was not communicating, but at least Marwa came earlier, I did recognize. Elvis came later and disappeared immediately. Victoria Mutua came later and said hi. I was not able to see. We have Brian Joroge who came asking, are you a baby mama? I'm like, what did you want? You want to be my daddy. We call it what? Baby daddy, or what is it? Anyway, it is what it is, guys. You know, life is life. Life is life, but you have to smile and make your heaven on earth before heaven itself comes, guys. So bye-bye for now. Let's have a nice time. And I'll always be trying to make a point of mixing stuff from Nyabohanse with others, so that people don't just think that we do content on Nyabohanse. Some are even saying they shit as we eat. Some begin saying that we can't talk about anything else. Guys, reaction is reaction. We can do reaction on a lot of things, including, did you see the school, neighboring school to Litain? Did you see it? You know, I've done a reaction on Litain, though I did it on Life Saga TV. And there is another school that came up with a strike. Which school was this? There is a school whereby I really appreciated the people surrounding the school. What they did, Tengecha? Was it Tengecha? It was a different school. There is a school whereby the villagers decided to go and stop the students from destroying anything. And I was like, congratulations. Students should know the difference between picketing and goon behavior. When you destroy things in the school, what justice are you doing? You are just doing disservice to your parents. You are also doing disservice to yourself, because later on, when you come out of school, you will not market yourself anywhere, you know. But there is a school, I'm trying to see the neighboring school whereby actually the parents decided that they are not going to let things happen. I'm trying to see that. My friend told me, but I forgot because I did not pay interest. Is it Kengecha? There's a school known as Kengecha or something. Tengecha, yes, but there's another. So that school, the neighbors decided to hold the sticks and prevent students from doing what happened at Litain, because actually the damage that was observed at Litain, I don't know how soon they'll heal from that. Even some of the teachers are traumatized, even the workers. But I'm just also wondering, did the security also get engaged in this? Because once a strike begins from, let's say, 7 to 2 in the night, why can they call the police? Even if they are barricading the gate, it would be possible the police to jump over the wall, you know? Yeah? Yeah, because now, like, it's not something good. I don't like it. I don't really like it, because What kind of citizens are we raising in the country if we will have people will burning property? How do you burn 100 computers? How do you rape a cow? How do you decide to go to the teachers' houses and want to kill them? How? How do you destroy a whole office, an administration block? It's not easy, you know. So what is happening in the country with students trying to strike here and there? It is actually a sad thing. It's a sad thing. But let me say bye-bye to you. Lots of love. Thank you so much for showing me a lot of love and watching my videos. I really appreciate your presence. Thank you so much. Pleasure to have you here on my platform. Thank you for the likes, for that one person who liked, I really appreciate. And those who took time to watch my video, I also congratulate you, because I'm not a big fish on the streets. I'm just a small fish trying to grow up and raise my neck here and there. And whenever you watch me, I really appreciate. All right. So let's hope for the best in all these schools, that Kericho especially, where schools are having strikes after strikes. I don't know for whatever reason, but I hope things will be okay. Let's meet in Live Saga TV to do another political analysis. And here, I'll be here tomorrow. Possibly morning, because we have a funeral in the family. And from around 2, I'll have gone to actually work on some things, because burial is on Saturday. And so I must work tomorrow, do some videos before I proceed there. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Have a nice time, and also have blessings in your endeavors. Have a lot of blessing in your endeavors. And if you come here for the first time, remember to subscribe to the channel. Also share my videos with your friends. Remind them that there is something here. There is something cooking here. And keep tuned. Bye bye. Love you.
Mama, when
Yes.